Have you been thinking about starting a YouTube channel over 50 but thought, I'm too old, it's too crowded, it's too late? Well, in this video, we're going to show you that you're not too old, it's not too crowded, and it's definitely not too late. In fact, now is the perfect time to start.
Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Dawn.
And we're the Unretirees. And last year, as I was approaching the traditional retirement age, we knew we didn't want to retire, but we also didn't want to put off our dream of living abroad and traveling the world either. And so today we live and work from the Silver Coast of Portugal. And this channel is about living abroad, online business, and travel and adventure over 50. And we hope you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and click the bell notification so that you never miss another video. We also have a free weekly newsletter that you can sign up for right below.
So why are we doing this video? Well, last month we published a video about how we monetized our channel in 78 days, and the response was incredible. So many of you that are over 50 who told us that you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, or maybe you've just started one, but you had a lot of doubts. And we understood that because we had a lot of those same doubts when we started our own channel just 4 months ago. So we wanted to do this follow-up video to encourage you if you are a YouTuber over 50 or you're thinking about becoming one. Now, not just a rah-rah, you can do it speech, although you can, but we're going to talk about real facts and trends of why we're suddenly seeing so many over 50 YouTubers right now, why now is the biggest opportunity for people over 50 starting YouTube channels, and most importantly, how you can leverage this to create your own successful channel. By the end of this video, you will know why now really is the perfect time to start a YouTube channel over 50.
So there are several reasons why it makes sense to consider being a YouTuber over 50. And the first of those reasons is location freedom. Now, you can start and run a YouTube channel from anywhere in the world as long as you have a computer, a camera or a smartphone, and an internet connection. And so while we do this from the Silver Coast of Portugal, you could do it living closer to your grandkids or traveling the world in an RV or spending more time in your vacation home.
Now, in addition to location freedom, there's also time freedom. You can create for your YouTube channel based on your schedule. You don't have to keep somebody else's set hours. And this is really important and attractive to people over 50 who want to build additional streams of income, but still want to pursue other passions, interests, and hobbies.
Now, another reason to start a YouTube channel over 50 is financial freedom. Now look, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I mean, most YouTubers don't make a lot of money or even any money. In fact, only 8% of YouTube channels are monetized. Now, it can take months, even years, to actually build up a meaningful income. But there are several ways to make money with a YouTube channel. The first is through the YouTube Partner Program, in which you are able to share in the ad revenue that YouTube collects from its advertisers. You have to reach a certain number of subscribers and a certain number of watch hours in order to qualify, but that certainly is a thing to do. A second way is through affiliate marketing. Now, affiliate marketing is where you share a link to a service or a product, and if one of your viewers clicks on that link and buys that service or product, you get a small commission. Now, in some cases, these are recurring commissions. Say, for example, somebody buys a monthly subscription to a service, and you get a little part of that subscription fee every month. And over time, as you make more and more sales, these numbers really build up.
So another way to monetize your channel is through products and services that you offer. So a product might be an online course or an ebook or a guide. Examples of services might be coaching or freelancing. You can be a small channel and still make a meaningful stream of income through products and services, even if you don't have a ton of subscribers.
One of the other ways you can make income is through sponsorships. And this would be a situation where your channel gets to be enough of a size and a demographic that is appealing to a specific advertiser, and they reach out to you and offer you money in order to talk about their product or their services as part of your video. I'm sure you have seen a lot of these sponsored ad sections in a lot of YouTube videos. and content creators or the YouTubers get paid money in order to do that.
Whichever monetization plan that you choose, and you can choose more than one, there are a few ways that this helps build more financial freedom after the age of 50. So for example, in scenario A, let's say that you're still working full-time and you decide to start a YouTube channel on the side as a side hustle. Now, if you decide to monetize that channel, there's a few different options that this gives you. Number one is that you can have more money to invest and grow your retirement nest egg, maybe even accelerate your retirement. Another option is that because, as Matt said, it can take months or years to generate a meaningful income through your YouTube channel. If you build it while you're still working, then you will have, at the time of retirement, a business that is already profitable that you can run from anywhere in the world on your own schedule and on your own terms. Another benefit to starting a YouTube channel or any stream of income like this is that it can serve as a hedge against potential future layoffs.
Well, scenario B is you're already retired, but you could use a little extra income in your retirement. Look, starting a YouTube channel is not a get-rich-quick scheme, as I mentioned earlier. It can take months and months, but if you start at it and plug away, you can actually start to see income, which would allow you to maybe cover some of your monthly expenses or allow you to not rely so heavily on a retirement nest egg. Perhaps it allows you to put a little bit more money into investments. Any of those things could be real, or perhaps it even allows you to upgrade your retirement lifestyle if you wanted to travel more. So in those situations, it could be a very meaningful thing. And of course, there is also a scenario C, which is you got plenty of money for retirement, but you are looking for a hobby or something to have fun with, or a business that you can create because you've got passion and interest in this, and this can be a great outlet for you.
Yeah, we always want to be really cautious about not over-promising what you can get out of a YouTube channel, but I also want to say that we started earning income from our channel within just a few months of starting. And no, we're not going out to the Maserati dealership and purchasing a new car with it, but the point is that it can take months and months, but it can also happen pretty quickly if you've got the right strategy. Well, there are at least 3 things that are changing that make now the perfect time to start a YouTube channel over 50. Now, the first one is that retirement is changing. The traditional retirement age of 65 was first set when Social Security was enacted in 1935. Now, just for reference, at that time, the average life expectancy was only 60. So when that retirement age was set, most people were not expected to even live that long.
And so we even still think about the general retirement age being 65, but the average lifespan is now 78.8 years in the United States, which means that we're living 20 years longer than we were. Well, so what this means is, first, we have to stretch our retirement dollars over a longer period of time. But secondly, and perhaps most importantly, is we have a hard question to ask ourselves. We're going to live an extra 10 or 20 or 30 years beyond this theoretical retirement age. And the question is what are we going to do with that time? How do we create a sense of purpose in our life? Especially if you feel like you still have a contribution to make, how do you make that contribution effectively?
Yeah, absolutely. I've shared this story before, but my dad is in his 90s and he took an early retirement package at 60. He has spent a full third of his life in retirement. And so for a lot of us, we have so much more to contribute that we're asking the question of what do we do with that? A YouTube channel is one way that you can share your experience, your ideas, your wisdom, that you can connect with people and build a community around a shared interest or idea.
So this demographic group of people over 50 are an incredible economic engine across the world, and specifically in the US as well. So in the US, for example, in 2018, this group of people over 50 spent $8 trillion, put $8 trillion in the economy, and by 2030 it's expected that that's going to be $15 trillion, which makes this group of people an exceptionally attractive group of people to advertisers, because these people spend money on travel and on healthcare, on personal finance, and on technology.
Now, just to give this some context, if that purchasing power of U.S. adults over the age of 50 was a GDP, it would be equivalent to the third largest economy in the world. Now, what does that mean for you? It means that advertisers are looking for ways to reach this audience. So they will pay for ads, they will pay for sponsorships, and if you are a content creator that serves an audience over 50, you are in a unique position to connect paid sponsor opportunities with your audience, people who are looking for those products and services. Now, let me give you an example of how this works. People in this demographic often do research before buying a product or service. It's actually true of any age, but people over 50 are looking for trusted, relatable sources for information to research product purchases. Let me give you an example from my own life. I hate buying makeup. I hate buying something and then it doesn't work and I feel like I wasted money. I really want the shortest distance between what I'm looking for and finding the product that will work. Now, on YouTube, there are probably thousands of beauty and skincare channels. However, a lot of them are for people who are maybe in their 20s or 30s. And the truth is that I don't need to know how to do a smoky eye or apply false eyelashes. I just need to know which foundation is not going to sink into my wrinkles and make me look older. And so even though that there are thousands of beauty and skincare channels on YouTube, there's really only a handful that are actually applicable for me. And they have become my go-to brands and channels that I look to. And when they say, this is a great product, buy this, guess what? I go down to the store and I buy it because they've given me enough good recommendations that have worked well that I trust them, and I will bypass all the other brands because this trusted, relatable content creator is giving me solutions to my problems. And this means that you could be that person as well.
So from my own life, I have an example of relying on somebody who's over 50 because when I was perhaps a little under 50, I decided I wanted to take guitar lessons. Now, I had a guitar for a long time and had never really done anything with it, and I thought now's the time I actually decided I wanted to take guitar lessons. And so you can take guitar lessons from anybody who knows how to play the guitar. But for me, it was important to take guitar lessons from somebody who was my age or a little bit older because the songs that I wanted to learn how to play were songs that were from my era. Now, I could have taken lessons from somebody who was 20 years younger, but the songs that they would have been most familiar with would likely be the songs from their era. And while I would be familiar with them, they're not the ones that I wanted to play. And so there's an example for me where it was important for me to have somebody who was over 50 who was giving me guitar lessons.
Right, you didn't want a teacher who said, who's Eric Clapton?
That's exactly right, that's exactly right.
Yeah, when you did that, YouTube wasn't even a thing yet, or if it was just starting. But today, if you had done that, I think that's probably, even now when you look at music videos, you tend to look at people who are a similar age. So yeah. Those are just a couple examples of what we mean by why it's so important for creators over 50 to create content that's relatable to their demographic.
So, of course, business continues to change as well, and the startup costs or the barrier to entry for a YouTube channel is exceptionally low. You could probably start a channel with things that you already have today. You've got a computer, you've got an internet connection, and you probably have a smartphone with a camera, or you may have a DSLR camera that you could use.
That's right. Now for us, we ended up using a lot of stuff that we already had on hand. We happened to have a camera. We did invest in a light kit and a microphone. And then the other thing that we invested in, and this was really a game changer for us, is that we didn't want to put videos up and just kind of throw things out there and hope it worked. So we invested in a software called TubeBuddy, and that really helped us create the topics that were going to help our channel grow. We would not have gotten monetized in 78 days without that. So sometimes there are going to be some things that you may want to invest in if you're serious about getting monetized and growing your channel quickly. TubeBuddy was that for us. We'll leave a link below if that's something that you want to check out.
And the education costs are really low. I mean, if you are going to start a YouTube channel, there's probably several things that you need to learn, just like we did. We had to learn script writing and lighting and editing videos, and we're still learning all of the time. The good news is you can learn just about anything on YouTube, but there's also other services as well. One of the services that we use is a service called Skillshare, and Skillshare has classes video classes on just about anything. But certainly in this context, you can take a class on editing, you can take a class on lighting, you can take a class even just on being a YouTuber. It's an inexpensive subscription fee, but you can also try it for free and see all of their classes for free during that trial period.
That's right. We're going to include a link to a couple of Skillshare classes that we highly recommend if you're just starting out on YouTube.
Now look, if you're over 50, you have a unique approach to your own intelligence. And there was a study done by Raymond Cattell in the 1940s that came to the conclusion there were a couple of different types of intelligence that come into play, one being fluid intelligence, the other being crystallized intelligence. Now, fluid intelligence is the intelligence that allows people to push boundaries, think about things in brand new ways, to really be innovative. And that sort of intelligence skews to a younger adult. And then there's crystallized intelligence, which skews older, but that intelligence is about harnessing the information that you already have from your skills, your relationships, from your experience, all of those things to allow you to be more effective in the things that you do. Now, one of the advantages of this crystallized intelligence is that it makes you great at coaching and at mentoring and at teaching, which is exactly what a lot of YouTube channels are.
Right, and when psychologist Raymond Cattell put forth this theory, what he determined is that crystallized intelligence is not something that peaks at like 55 or 60. It actually continues to increase over the course of your life. So as you get older, you actually get even better at this. And that is one of the reasons why starting a YouTube channel over 50, using that experience, that knowledge, that skill, that all of that, and putting that out in such a way that helps people understand it and apply it, that is a unique advantage that you have as a YouTuber over 50, and why now is the perfect time to get started.
So I think one of the other advantages that somebody over 50 has is with their life experience from hobbies or families or work, you've got something that is exceptionally valuable to other people that you can bring to them. You have something to say, something to teach, something that other people can learn from. Now, as you think about your experience, you may come up with an area that you think could be a channel and a channel topic, and you say, oh no, I think this is oversaturated. There's so many people who talk about this sort of thing.
This is one of the biggest misconceptions, this idea that something is overcrowded or oversaturated, a niche. Now that might be true. However, when it comes to over 50, it is almost never true. There is a wide open market to tap into. Let me explain to you how that might look. Let's say that you want to create a topic around, a channel around veganism. And if I am somebody who is thinking about becoming a vegan, I'm going to want to hear from somebody who's gone vegan who is my age. I want to know how you felt before and after. I want to know what physical changes it made in your body. Somebody who is vegan at 20 may not have something to offer me, but somebody who is my age, again, somebody who is relatable and who has walked through it, is going to be much more likely to earn my click and my view and my subscribe. So if you are an over 50 creator in any niche, but let's just use veganism, and there's 1,000 veganism channels out there, you're not competing with 1,000, you're competing most likely with a handful or more that might be creators that are already over 50. So this market, over 50, there are so few over 50 YouTubers right now that pretty much any topic you can think of, you can pick up and you can start a channel and you can actually own that niche.
Yeah, so the point we're making is that even if you feel like there's a lot of saturation in your niche, the reality is being over 50 makes it very different, and it's a wide open field for you.
So another reason why now is the perfect time to start a YouTube channel over 50 is that you are uniquely qualified. Listen, you have got decades of experience and ideas and insights and perspective, and that cannot be easily replicated.
So we've talked a lot on this video about reaching people over 50, but look, your channel doesn't need to restrict itself to only people over 50. I mean, there are people of all ages who need to know how to fix a tire or install a window or write a successful project proposal or where to stay in Bali.
That's right. Your age is not a hindrance to becoming successful on YouTube. It's actually your superpower, but people can't watch if you don't start. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel or you already have one, in the comments below, tell us who you are, what you do, and where people can find you online. Let's turn our comment section into a community of people to connect with and support each other.
And if you want to hear more about how we monetized our YouTube channel within 78 days, watch this video here.